let's go down a little bit. All right, cool. Hey, how's it going, my friend?
Hey, how's it going?
I am fantastic. I feel like you have been on the road for so long. I have not seen your background with the glasses on the wall, and I haven't seen any cats. How are your cats doing?
Oh, don't make me sad. They
Oh,
are
sorry.
good, but I miss them more than my husband. Luckily, he sends me pictures of them, so I get all of the things that I'm missing at once.
Nice. All right. So are you on the road? Are you kind of in doing another retreat, or are you speaking? What you up to?
So the first 2 weeks of October were really back-to-back speaking gigs, and I go now. Right now, I'm in Vail, Avon, actually,
cool.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see right out that window. I've got this big suite at the Westin in Avon. It's so beautiful. And then after
Nice.
this, I'm going to Austin for a group, and then I'm home for the first time in 2 weeks, and I will be home for about a month before I start traveling again. Groups are still like going back and forth and having events and
Yeah.
having virtual events and postponing events, so they don't really know what to do. Oop, I have someone visiting. Hi to whoever is hanging out. Hello.
Yeah, cool. Those of you that are following, those of you that are on the live stream with Beth Z and me, RK3 tonight, make sure that you follow. You see this little thing here? Where is it? Boom, right there. Follow. Go ahead, click the follow button on Beth's channel or on my channel. Just click the follow button, because tonight we're going to be talking about some cool stuff. We've been saying Beth is on the road, and as she is on the road, she's got to keep her tech right? So we're gonna talk a little bit tonight about some stuff that you do when you're on the road, some stuff that you use, and I'm gonna share some stuff as well. Those of you that are in, do me a favor, just go check out the carousel on the left-hand side. After you click that follow button, after you smash that follow button, go ahead and check out the carousel and see what we've got in there. I know tonight I've got a bunch of stuff. I've got some power banks, I've got some earbuds, I've got some hubs. Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about the CalDigit hub tonight. I even have we talked about Stream Decks last week. I even have another Stream Deck. Yeah, so let's talk about it. So what you want to start with, Beth?
Well, before we get started, I want to tell everyone the week before last. Oh, hey, welcome. I see new people coming on. The week before last, the last time I was able to be on, we talked about setups for the home office and setups for the studio thing. And I have waiting for me, I got all jelly about your setup. And I couldn't stand it anymore, so I got all jelly. So I've got waiting for me one of those monitors that the curved monitor that I'm going to set up when I get home. I just couldn't stand it. I was like, I can't not have it because I saw your setup. Will you show them your setup real quick?
Yeah,
make everybody else
I'm like super messy right now behind the scenes, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
It's whatever, man. I'll share it with you. Hold on, let me kind of show the people. So Beth is jealous, although I'm like super messy behind the scenes right now, but that's okay. So here we go. This is my world.
There it is.
This is the cockpit. This is the inspiration station. This is the I don't know. What do you console? Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I don't know, what was yours, a 34 or 36?
Mine's a 38. LG 38.
38. I don't think I went with the 38. I think I went with the 36. It just made the most sense for the things I was doing, and frankly, I was buying it randomly and in a hurry because I really wanted it right then. So I'm not sure I did any research whatsoever other than like punching around on Amazon trying to find the one I wanted that was bigger than yours. I mean, comparable to yours. But I don't think I got a 38. But as y'all can see, that viewing area and what you can do with that, because I was looking at mine and I had a flat panel and then my computer, and they were at an angle, and it just wasn't as elegant, and it seemed to me that it would be more productive, and it seemed to me that I was jealous. So it's coming.
Exactly.
It's actually
all
at my
in
house.
the name of productivity. Productivity. Come on, let's show it again. Oh, productivity. That's it. That's it. A friend of mine.
Yes.
A friend of mine has, before I got mine, a friend of mine has a 49 inch. Yeah.
That's
so
big.
I don't know. 49 inches is huge. Is huge. And I don't know if I'd have, it would, like, my desk is 55 inches. And so that's a bit large. So I don't know if I needed 49 inches, but yeah. So let's jump on in. Let's jump on in. Let's entertain the folk. Let's entertain the folk. What do we have tonight? I'm gonna actually put my monitor in there,
sorry,
just in case anybody's like.
I'm sorry. I seem to have a phone call. Hold on. I'm so sorry. This is so embarrassing. Hold on just a second. Let me answer my phone here real quick. Yeah, hello. How are you? So this is one of the things I bring on the road, and not only because it's a handy purse, but also, believe it or not, this is a headset that I can plug into my phone and actually use this as headphones. Now, obviously, it's silly, but I get all kinds of conversation starters with people. Some people are like, what is such a thing? TSA always, sometimes I feel like I'm going to get searched because they're like, come here, and getting everybody over there, and they're like, look at her phone. So I actually put this in the live stream. I put this as one of the products. Now, they've got different kinds of these. This one's a Betsy Johnson. There are some that are less expensive. And the point is that when you're on the road so much, you might as well have fun with it. So I put a couple of ones that I've featured there. Mine was a little bit more expensive than the ones I'm showing you here, but that makes it so you can just have a fun one to travel with. And of course, they're very handy. And seriously, I have, when I have forgotten my headphones and my AirPods aren't working or whatever, I have actually used this to listen to podcasts on the plane.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what to say to that.
I'm sorry. Do you not bring your purse on the as one of your things?
Nah, right. I don't know. I'm not that careful with things anyway. I might lose it. I've left headphones and all sorts of stuff on airplanes. I had a pair of Bose QC3 noise canceling headphones, right? Really expensive suckers. And I finished what I was doing. I put it back in the case and I stuck it in the flap in the seat in front of me. And I just went to sleep. And then I got to the hotel and I was like, oh man, where are my headphones? I'm looking around like crazy and I can't find it. And then it clicks for me that I left it on a plane. So of course I call the airline and they're like, yeah, we have lost and found, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure we'll find it. No call back till this day. Yeah, that was several years ago. So.
Now, these things I have lost on many planes, but I cannot live without these. And these
what are those things?
These are hella big portable chargers for your phones and devices.
Mm-hmm.
Hella big. So this one
is that the name of it? Is that like the brand?
No, that is the description. Hella big. You've got your small ones that are like lipstick size, they call them lipstick size, and you've got some that are smaller, but I like the hella big ones. This one has they're rated by, I don't know, some kind of number. This one's 20,000.
What's the brand?
A lot of them that you get at a trade show or whatever that may be a free one are like 5,000 or something, and that's the charge and the amount of times. This one supposedly can run my laptop. can
Okay.
run my iPad, can run my phones, can charge them up. And the reason you want these big ones is to make friends during natural disasters. Now, I'm kind of not joking here. Like when crisis hits and you've
Yeah.
got, let's say there's a delay, like Southwest. I'm flying home on Southwest this week, and they canceled one out of every 3 flights over the weekend or today or something,
Yeah.
yesterday. So you've got, these kind of things, the power chargers. I put one down. I featured one in my carousel down there. But
Okay.
you are going to really keep people connected. If you have one of these and keep it charged up, do not delay. Do not be lazy about keeping this charged up while you're on the road. But you see that one has 3 USB ports. This one has 2 USB ports plus a USB-C port.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, the one you have up, is 36. Excellent. That's even bigger than mine. This one's 20. They're just essential, and you want to spend some money on them. You don't want to get the cheapest one unless you really just want a light one that you can have in your pocket, which I've had those too. But you want to
Right.
get some that have a lot of power in them,
Right.
because they'll be faster charging. They can charge multiple devices. They can do pass-through charging. Is the one that you have up there, does that have the wireless charging?
No, I don't think so. I don't see anything about the wireless. Does that one have it? The one that you have?
No, it doesn't. And I
Okay.
don't do well with those anyway, because usually my cases are so thick that
Right.
I just don't even bother with the things where you just lay it down and charge it. But I tell you, I have helped out so many people who were just, you see them in the airport, they're just ragged. They've got kids, they've got problems, they've got people they need to contact, their phone's dead, all the outlets are taken, and they're
Yeah.
just really ragged. And you can be a real hero. Plus, you yourself can be a hero to yourself. You've got this, and the lights go out, you're in a natural disaster, whatever. You want to keep these charged in. Now, here's what happened during the pandemic. I had some really big ones, some really large batteries that I carried with me and kind of alternated. And one of them swolled up.
Oh.
One of them got swollen by itself. I went to use it because I hadn't touched it in, 13 months.
Well,
And
yeah,
I went
that does
to
happen.
prep for a trip, and I had to dispose of it properly because it's
Yeah.
nuclear waste or whatever is in these things.
Yeah.
And you can't just throw them away, but it had gotten swollen. So,
Yeah.
and that was a pretty good quality one. I can't remember the brand it was, but I
Yeah,
spent,
so-
over $100 on it when I
Yeah.
bought it.
So I've had that happen with a laptop battery. So if you know that you're not going to be using the battery or the charger for a very long time, then you want to fully discharge it if possible, because any of the battery chemicals or whatever in it left by themselves over a long period of time are going to cause the laptop or the battery case itself to expand. And I had that actually happen. I had an old MacBook, like a 2008 MacBook that I had. I just kind of, I kept it around because I'm like, I don't know, I'm going to use it. I don't know. And then one day I picked it up just to kind of test something out, because actually this is why I picked it up, because that was like the only thing that would play a CD in my house. I don't have any more DVD drives on any of my computers, and so I needed to rip something, and it was the only thing. And then I picked it up, and the entire bottom of it was like curvy because the battery had expanded in the bottom of it. So yeah. So discharge your batteries, people. So that one that you have, how long does it take you to charge it, and then how long does it take to charge your devices?
Well, let's start with charging your devices. Charging your devices is fast.
Okay.
To me, I'm pretty sure it's just as fast as charging it into the wall with a pretty good, what do they call the hubs?
Yep.
The the part that you plug your USB-C or
the
your
base?
USB. Some of those are fast charging, and these charge just as fast as that.
Okay.
Which means that in 15 minutes, I have enough time to, make several phone calls or text several people. Like if I've gone down to nothing within 15 minutes, I've probably got 25%, 25%. How long it takes to charge these is involved. It's going to be an overnight thing on a lot of them to get them fully charged, but you can do that pass-through thing, right? So you can plug in your devices overnight into here while this is plugged into the wall, so it's just charging all the way through, but it's charging this at the same time as you're still doing the other ones.
Yeah, cool. All right, so Beth has shared with you one fantastic thing that you've got to have on your journey as you are traveling. Let me share with you something that I use all the time, and I don't know that I would do well without it. So this right here is my CalDigit TS3. So if you are traveling these days with a MacBook or any laptop, I mean, I'm an Apple guy, but any laptop, you notice that more and more, in order to save space on these devices, they're removing a lot of the ports, right? So back in the day, you used to be able to have like 3 or 4, 5 in some cases, USB ports. And then, you had the place to plug stuff in. Now, on the side of my MacBook Air, there are only 2 USB-C ports, one of which is for charging. Right? So if I want to plug in a microphone, let's say, and a projector and a wireless mouse, or if I have a Bluetooth thingy bob that needs to be plugged in, or if I need to plug in my clicker or something like that, I need to have a device that handles that. The thing is, if I get one of those cheap $20 or $30 hubs from like Best Buy or whatever, it slows down everything, right? It slows it down, and every device, so let's say that I've got an extra webcam or whatever, every device pulls a certain amount of power from it. And if you have kind of those, so the regular devices, the regular network hubs or the regular USB hubs, those are kind of like splitters. It's like, so let's just say you have 100% of power and you've got 5 ports. You're splitting that into like 5 things, so it's like 20% each if you don't have the powered hub. So I used a powered hub like the CalDigit TS3 because it allows me to, it's a powered hub, and so it keeps up the power of the different devices. And so this one has, like, if you look here, you can see it's got an SD card slot. It's got stuff there. It's got USB there, and I can't even turn it around. But let me actually just do it this way. I'm gonna pull it up from my So
you probably got 10,000 things in it, huh?
Yeah, it does. So I'm gonna put it into the, so here's what I want to do. So it's got the SD, it's got a couple of, let me see. It's got a couple, it's got a headphone jack there. It's got a USB-C, and it's got a USB-A on the front. But then if I turn it around, where's the back? There we go. On the back, it then also has another, come on, let's go. Let's make this larger. Let's go, buddy. There we go. Oh, that's not yet larger. Yeah, so if I go to the back now, it's got also some additional USB-A's and then some USB-C's there. Can this do anything? Can this write? No, it's not.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I see them.
Yeah, and so then it's got also a display port if I needed to plug in an extra monitor that worked via display port. And you you got a gigabit Ethernet connection, right? If I'm in a space where I am needing to present and Wi-Fi, especially in a hotel or hotel ballroom or whatever, is a little bit stinky, then I want to be able to use an Ethernet connection. So this little baby is a lifesaver. So you want to make sure you have at least one of these. You don't want to just get your regular old splitter type of hub. You want to get a powered hub that allows you to plug in multiple devices and still keep up the speed and not drain your computer's system, especially if you're using a computer like a MacBook Air or something that is built for lighter functioning. They built like the MacBook Air so that it travels light, right? And so you want to make sure that you get something that that allows you to maximize the power from all of the different devices, especially if you're trying to podcast on the road or do a virtual presentation or whatever. So
now I am going to push back a little bit on you here because
let's do it.
I would not travel with something that big. Now I could be kicking myself.
What? Do you think this is big?
Point. Well, here's what I do. If you could pull it up on yours, because I don't have all my goodies here.
Okay.
Look up Hyperdrive Mac USB.
Okay.
Hyperdrive.
Okay, so
all one word.
On in Amazon here. Okay.
Yeah.
So Hyperdrive.
I featured it on my carousel. Hyperdrive USB-C. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me see. Which one are you looking at?
I pulled up the first one there, I think.
This one? Okay.
Yeah, the one that's sponsored, I think, is the one that I have on there.
Okay.
So this does. Actually, that one looks like a little bit older model than the one I have, but it's on hella sale. This one is essential for me to travel with, and it does about the same thing. Now, going back to the powered USB thing, this is getting into big nerd territory, but it's critical to understand if you are a Mac user and if you are presenting in different places, sometimes some AV setups will not carry, when you plug into their projector or projectors, it will not project because it does not have the power. So having the power, like we were talking about the CalDigit, is a smart way to go. I have not encountered that problem. I'm knocking on granite in this hotel room, but I have not encountered that problem since about 2018, where my computer could not, through a HDMI connection, have enough power to put it on there, and yours would solve that problem. Right. This, however, the one we have here, the Hyperdrive, if you click around on some of those pictures, you'll see that it uses 2 of those USB-C ports. And so it does have more oomph than most of your just little dongles that you use. Right. And so it's a modified version because it gives you more power and it gives you more ability. You can see right there just that little where the white dot is. Yeah. So it goes into 2 of your ports, so it gives it more juice than just one of your ports would. And you're going to, I have found it to be what I need all the time now versus on about every 10th gig, because I used to speak in about 60 to 70 venues every year before COVID hit. And one in about every 15 gigs, we would have to work for about 2 hours, sometimes 6 hours, I'm not kidding you, to try to get my stuff on the screen because of the powered USB problems
Right.
and those kind of things. A quarter of the time we just defaulted back to VGA because VGA, believe it or not, even though it's old fashioned, is
Right.
solid. So
Yeah.
I'd say just get me a VGA connector and I swear to gosh it'll work and we can stop all this stuff. But I do not travel with a powered hub like you do, but I use this and it does give me enough power. I have not had, like I said, I'm knocking on granite. I have not had any problem at any venue in the past, in 2019 and beyond.
Yeah. 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 And the truth is, I appreciate that perspective. I think what most people are going to encounter, if you're just like taking a computer, you're doing a regular PowerPoint presentation,
Right.
etc., you're probably not going to have issues. You're probably not going to have issues using like something like this. And even this one is still a pretty good one. I see some people, you'll pick up something like for $19 at Staples or something like that, right? And you're going to run into some challenges depending on what your use case is. So if you're trying to do something where you're like, okay, I need video, I need a lot of video, or I'm doing editing and I'm trying to do, or I'm running Ecamm, or I'm running something of that nature on there. So here's what I want people to understand. Again, this USB device that's here, this dongle, is powered by the computer, right?
Yeah.
So it's like when if you want to charge your phone, you plug the USB cable into the computer and you plug the other end into your phone, and it's pulling charge from the computer. So let's look at this. So if you've got an HDMI cable, and granted that HDMI cable is probably going into like a monitor or a projector of some sort, and those are plugged in, so it's not really pulling power fully from the computer, but most of the other things are pulling some power from your computer, right? And so if I have a powered device that solves or saves the computer processor a little bit, more than a little bit, but really depending on what your use case is. Again, if you're just sharing a PowerPoint presentation and you're just projecting it, yeah, you'll be fine. Grab one of these. This is I mean, this is $99. This is no slouch, right? So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and I
yeah.
agree because I don't travel with the podcasting stuff. Obviously I'm sitting here and I'm set for giving presentations. You
Right.
live much more in the world of the podcasting. I don't bring my stream decks. You're going to show us a little bit of that on the road. I have them. The most I do is I am bringing, and it's pretty much just to do these with you. I
Right.
bring my Logitech Brio, which I also have in the carousel. I bring my Logitech Brio with me if I'm going to be doing any kind of video, just to upgrade that video a little bit.
Mhm.
But I'm, when I go on the road, I'm doing one gig here and then another gig there and another gig there. And Robert is much better at multitasking and doing different things on the road. And all I can do is like do my.
I don't know if I'm better. I just happen to do it. I mean, some things might fall through the cracks because I'm doing that. So, yeah.
Well, it is. You've got to evaluate and you've got to think about before you leave how you are going to balance all these things and how, and what you can travel with. Like, if you look here, I have dongles upon dongles because that's one of the problems you have is that sometimes with some computers and some setups, some things will work. I always try to get the Apple official dongles, and dongles are the connectors that, because they took away all the ports that you have to connect to your HDMI, you can use the powered port like you're bringing, you can use the smaller one, or I also buy the Apple brand, and they're expensive. They're like $75 a piece versus your $20 ones that you can get. But if you rely on this, you're going to have to use it.
Yeah. Keep talking. There's something that I haven't put in my cart that I want to show you, and I know you're going to think it's pretty cool. Cool.
While you're talking about that, let me talk about another thing that I love on the road, and this is kind of a special thing. This is a Logitech Spotlight clicker, and it's super extra special, awesome. It connects in a second. It's a Bluetooth connection. It does have a USB connection if for whatever reason. It charges in here. The charges last forever. I put it in my carousel as well, and it's amazing. It just works, and it's very simple. I love that too, because sometimes they have timers on there, and they have ups and downs and backs and forths. This has 3 buttons. It also has a little one of those it actually is a clicker. Like right now it's becoming a clicker on my computer, but these are awesome. They are not your $20 clickers. They are a little bit more expensive, but you can use them from across the room. They are fantastic. I see Robert still working over there.
Well, I can't find it in the carousel, but let me show it to you. And I think we're both like on the same wavelength, because check this out. This is what I was going to show them. I don't know if you can see it. It's like,
oh yeah, the little ones.
It's the little, but it's cool because I can put it on my finger. It's got this hook, so literally I don't have to, if I'm done with the clicker, it's just like on my finger, and I'm like literally walking around. And this one, let me see if I can find it. Man, I gotta get this thing into my thing. But it does the same thing. It's Bluetooth as well, and it's I can go back and forth. As a matter of fact, let me see. I use it here sometimes because I mentioned this computer or this monitor back here is on another computer. So sometimes I use this clicker, when I'm done, whatever, I can continue it. I don't have to put the clicker down. It's always there, and it's got the, let me see. I don't want to point in anybody's eyes. Oh, is it even on?
It's got the laser pointer on it.
The laser pointer. Oh, it's probably dead. I didn't charge it. Oh, yeah, I didn't charge this last time. So yeah, you can't see it. But yeah, I think it's a pretty cool. I like it because.
All right, you'll crack up at this.
Okay, here we go.
The whole early adoption of technology thing, I take it a little bit too far, like all the time. And I think I got this on Kickstarter many years ago, and I never did use it because it was like I was drunk. It was an armband that you put on like right above your elbow, and then with gestures you would change your PowerPoint. So if you did this, or you did this, or you did that, it would go forward, go back, go up, go down. So you were completely clicker free. You just looked like you were a flamboyant clicker and a magic clicker. And I thought, boy, that is the coolest thing. And I bought it, and I tried to use it, and you have to really practice. And then you find yourself going, on the elbow. Oof, oof. And I didn't think that was a good presentation technique. To chicken it and trying to push your elbow. So I gave up on that almost immediately. But that's one of those things that I bought, you pay $100 or $200 for, and you're like, well, I can't get rid of it. And so you just keep it, and then it's been dead for 6 years. It's got a micro USB connector. Like you can't even charge it anymore. But just in case
you didn't know. Yeah. All right.
Still have it.
Yeah. Cool. So what else we got? So we've gone through powered and non-powered hubs. We've gone through clickers, and we went through your phone, like your purse phone. We went through your purse phone. What else do you carry on the road? What is that? What's that, Beth?
So you're going to talk about how you use, you may bring Stream Deck with
Yeah.
you. And when I'm on the road now, I miss my sound effects. So I have this instant audience thing. And look, tell myself a little joke. And I just push a little button, and then I can have no one's answering.
Oh boy.
And it's so cheesy, but it's fun. I miss having, you haven't made us dance yet or done the little special effects on yours yet. But when I'm on the road, I miss, like, I'll tell a joke and nobody will laugh, and I don't have a rim shot. So it's just sad. It's just sad. I do my own noise. I go, ba-dum, and it's just not the same.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, there we go.
I've got another high-tech gadget. Are you ready?
Yep.
Ta-da.
Is that a flip phone?
Anybody?
Is that a flip phone?
Motorola Razr flip phone.
Boy. What do you do with that? Is that just a prop?
Yeah, it's a prop, because I tell people,
Okay.
since their first Motorola Razr flip phone, it's part of my intro, and I'm like,
Do you still even have the charger for it?
I bought this from, it's not my original one, but I did have one. By the time I finished with my original one, it wasn't pink anymore. It was completely ground down to the nub. But I got this on eBay, and it does have a charge cord, and it did have batteries, and it had everything. It was functional-ish. And there were ways that I could have made it functional. I did not feel the need to, but it sure is fun to own.
Wow. Yeah. So we've got quite a few people kind of hanging out with us tonight. Hey, we need y'all to give us some stuff in the comments. What are you thinking? What are you thinking about all the things that we've shared so far? What are you thinking about the different tools? Do you have any questions, or do you have any tools that you use that you're like, you want to know our thoughts about, right? So we talked about we've talked about the pointer, the clickers, presentation remotes. We've talked about the Cal Digits. We've talked about the other ones. We've talked about the power banks as well. Awesome. Yeah, we've talked about those. So here's the other thing that I use sometimes as well. I bring this. I have I've got a couple of Stream Decks. So I've got this larger one, which is the XL, but I also take sometimes on the road with me the Mini, which is 6 keys, pretty cool, right? And I control a lot of different things with it. Sometimes it's just something as simple as websites that I want to control, right? So if I click on that, I want to go to my Zoho, to my Facebook, to my LinkedIn, to my Amazon really quickly, my YouTube. There are applications that I may want to open up, Photoshop, PowerPoint, really quickly without having to go to my applications folder or search anywhere. I just click this and it opens up my PowerPoint pretty quickly, right? What else do I have? Like Zoom. If I'm using Zoom on the road, I've got some quick and easy Zoom controls that are, and I can do some different things, but this is just a quick device. I plug it into my USB port and it's one touch. It makes so many things so much quicker. So if I were to think about, okay, yeah, I go to my computer, I open it up, I go to my mouse, I swiggle my mouse around a little bit, and then I go to, I click on a folder, or maybe there's a PowerPoint app or icon on my desktop. Maybe I'll click on that. But it's kind of like 3 steps as opposed to, okay, yeah, boom, one click here. So that's just something, and maybe just a personal preference. Some people are like, that's a little bit extra, Robert. That's a little bit extra. but I like the I like it. It makes life a lot easier for me. So let me see if I can click on this in the carousel. So if people want to check it out, right?
Yep.
Wow, it looks like they're kind of unavailable right now. Oh, I don't know. They're going to be back in stock soon. I don't know. We're getting close to Christmas. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that could be, or they're going to be upgrading them. Now, I just clicked on one and it came in at $79, so I don't know.
Okay. Yep, here's one right here, right above it. Yep.
So
Yep.
I adore the Stream Deck buttons. Part of being on the road is really thinking about your efficiencies.
Yep.
Right? So if you only go on the road and do, go to conferences to attend, you're not doing live things from the road, you may never need a lot of the little gadgets except for...
Oops. What happened? Did I lose you, Beth? I lost Beth. Oh no. I lost her. She's coming back real soon. Yeah, so in the meantime, while she is getting back on, I'll just kind of walk you through a few different things. So yeah, I was saying there's the Stream Deck that I take on the road with me is this one. It's the 6-key one. There's a 15-key version of it. There is a 32-key version of it, and that's the one that I have over there. But the 6-key one, let me see. Let's bring Beth back in here. Okay, I don't know. She may be having some Wi-Fi troubles because she's on the road.
Am I back?
You are not video back, but you are voice back. All right, your voice back. There we go. All right, there you go. Yeah, so go ahead.
The joy of being on the road, and this is why I don't do these things from hotels. Or this is why I don't live stream and things like that. I'm just not very good at it because it's just unstable. But what I was saying was you have to make sure that you're thinking through what you're going to need and how convenient and what you're used to. Like during the pandemic, I developed all these little buttons and things, and now I do miss them. I'm adopting some of my techniques, and I've gotten better at some of the things because I switched from PowerPoint to showing, because all mine are about technology. So PowerPoint to showing the web, to showing hardware on my computer, to interacting with Zoom. Like all of those things are happening at the same time. And I have changed the way I switch from one to another physically on the screen. But it's something that you need to think about as you're going forward.
Right. Yeah. Cool. All right. So we've gone through several things. Stream Decks. We've gone through powered hubs. We've gone through clickers. We've gone through power banks. What else do we have? Let me see what I've got in my carousel here. What else do we have that we need to... I've even put the instant audience in my carousel since you started talking about it.
It's fun. I love it, and it just adds a little multimedia. One thing that I did add to my carousel is what we talked about 2 weeks ago, are those portable monitors, and we have a whole session where we talked about a whole bunch of those. But they are those very, very, very flat screen, small, compact monitors that I discovered during my writing retreat a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, this changes everything. Because instead of having to hook up to a bigger monitor or mess around with some of them, like we all love our iPads, but the sidecar iPad feature is not a second screen. This is a second screen that plugs straight in, that immediately gives you that 2-screen capability. Power straight off your computer. And so when you're sitting in your hotel room and need what we've all gotten used to, which is the bigger panels from our home office, then this is great, and they're very reasonably priced.
Yeah. And you don't have to worry about them really kind of cracking or the weight of them when you go through security.
Mine traveled just fine. I just brought it home after that, and it was fantastic.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, listen, I don't know if I don't have anything else. I don't know if you have anything else that you want to share. So we've got, yeah, at least a few people on my Amazon here now. Anybody, if you have questions, if you've got thoughts for Beth and myself, this is kind of, we can do an AMA, Ask Me Anything at this point. If you got any thoughts about items that you might want to travel with, or any of the items that we've talked about, you can feel free to ask us any questions, ask us anything in the chat. We'll pull it up. Those of you that may be on other channels like YouTube or whatever, I think there are some people that are on my YouTube channel right now that are watching this. But yeah, if you have any thoughts, any questions right now about any of this stuff, let us know. We'll hang out for a few and we'll answer your questions gladly. So go ahead and put them in the chat. All right. Ooh, Dr. Sunny is asking, let me see if I can pull this up. Dr. Sunny is asking, any recommendations for teleprompters? Nice. So in my carousel, I actually think I did put a teleprompter in there. Maybe I did not. Maybe I did not. So let me see if I can do that. You know what? Teleprompters, here's the thing. Teleprompters are an extra device, and it really depends on what you're going to use it for. If you must have a teleprompter, the ones from like Parrot are really good that you can use with a, let me see if I can put this on really quickly. You can use these with a, hold on, let me see. You can use these with a mobile device, right? Let me see if I can get that in. The Padcaster, Parrot teleprompter, yes. Okay, so I've just put the Parrot teleprompter in. Let's see if we can get this open and show it to you on screen here. Let's go, come on. Oh, there we go. All right, so hang with me, Beth.
Oh, no problem. I can talk about teleprompters too.
Yeah.
There's software, they're web-based, and then there's device setups, and it depends on what your needs are, how stable you're going to be somewhere. I don't do as good with a teleprompter. I like some things I have to use a teleprompter for, but for the most part, I don't do them except for if it has to be close and tight in 2 minutes, and I just write it out.
Yeah, there's I put a couple in my carousel. Here's one. Let me actually pull this up. This is the Padcaster teleprompter, and this is a hardware one, $99, not expensive, and you can use it, as you can see, you can use it with a phone, right? But again, this is just to mount it to a DSLR, right? So your question is, do you want to have a couple of devices, or do you want to have something that is a software teleprompter? So for example, if I were to show you my phone here, let me show you my other phone, right? If I were to show you my other phone, I have an app here called Teleprompter. Innovative name, right? But I actually have another one called, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Video okay, this might be the one. Oh, video teleprompter, right? And this is by Joe Allen Pro, and I like it. Come on. Man, I'm already registered. Let's see.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Yeah, well, I switched my phone, so it's kind of my fault, and I didn't open it up since. So, for example, if I clicked something, let's see, I've got a document here, right? So you can see that the teleprompter screen, the teleprompter kind of plays right on the screen as well, right? So I can, it scrolls up. If I clicked the record button, or if I click the start button, that's right here. So if I click the start button, it starts to go up by itself, and I can record and read at the same time. I can slow this down or speed up the pace at which it goes, right? So that is a simple software solution, and I don't know if he has an affiliate program or not. Otherwise, I'll give you that link. But it's joeallenpro.com. If you go to joeallenpro.com, you can get the software version of a teleprompter app that you can use right with your phone. So that's one. I don't know if you have another one, Beth.
Every time I need to use one, I Google online teleprompter, and there are several free sites that come up. I just throw the text in there. There's another tool, and Terry Brock, right?
Yep.
Our colleague Terry Brock loves it. I bought it. I haven't really used it very often. It's called Big View, VU, mm-hmm. Big View, and it's made to be a teleprompter kind of tool. Okay. And you just put the software on there, you pull it up, and it's gotten a lot of buzz. I don't end up. Now I'm unplugged. That's good. I don't end up using them very often, but if you're somebody who likes them, just plan ahead. If you're giving a live speech, and you never know how they're going to set up their room. Right. Unless you're very specific. That's another thing. So if you are a speaker, or even if you're giving a presentation at a bigger conference or something, you've got to understand how they're going to set up the room.
Right.
So that you can be the best you can be. Like, I have to have my computer up front, a hardwire up front, or my internet up front. I have to have audio to my computer. Like, all these things that are standard in some places and not standard in others. So if you need to have some kind of a place to have somewhere where you can have a teleprompter, if you're giving a presentation in person, you're going to have to just make it very clear to the people where you're going.
Yeah.
What you're going to do. If you're online at home, you can set it up all behind your camera, or do what Robert did and have it integrated into the phone. But you just need to plan ahead for those things.
Yeah. And I don't know that I've ever used a teleprompter for a speech of any sort. Pretty much my use case for it is like if I'm on the road, or I'm recording a quick video. Let's say that I'm trying to do something for a landing page, and I don't want to have to practice it or anything like that. I'm like, okay, let me just write it and take 30 seconds to write it, and then just read it one time, because I'm a good actor. I can read it with pathos and emotion. Right? So that's kind of how I use it.
Yep, and I end up doing it with a lot of promos that I do for events, because I'm like, and I will see you in the town that you're going to be in on the date that we're going to do it. That's when I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Those are the kind of things I forget all the time.
Yeah. Well, really good question, Dr. Sunny. I appreciate you asking that question. Anybody else? We got a little bit of time here. We've got a few minutes. We sign off at 9:00 if this thing is rocking. If it's not rocking and you guys are like silent, so you got to give me your cricket sounds.
I got him.
Yeah, go get your sound effects from the
$14. Yep.
Yeah, I forget. It's in the what was it? The
instant audience.
The accoutrement instant audience. Accoutrement.
$14 or something. I love it.
Yeah. So pretty neat. Yeah. So if you've got questions, if you've got a few more, then we'll gladly answer them. If not, then we are going to wind down and sign off and go exercise and stretch or do something before bedtime. Yeah. Any questions on your side?
Nope. I was very happy with the people who showed up and said hello. So next time, so for those of you who have just discovered us, we are doing this every Monday about 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
And we are Tech Talk Orange, or Tech Team Orange. Whoops.
Tech Team Orange.
We just made up the name, so we're getting there. And we talk about technology and help you make good decisions and talk about ways we are using it, because we are both intrinsically, completely nerds.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, listen, y'all, if you are not asking any more questions, Beth and we're gonna go sign off in just a second here. I feel like I've been online all day. I've done, this is like my 4th show today. Yeah, which is pretty cool. I actually enjoy it, so not a problem at all. All right, you guys, well, listen, Tech Team Orange signing out. We will see you guys next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another edition of the Tech Team Orange Show. Yeah.